primary activity crimes? I would argue it's not. Are they working together? I would argue they don't. What Detective Nieder said, they're independent contractors. I didn't use that word. He used that word. Independent contractors. That's not a gang. Again, what they're most commonly known for is music. Now, there are drill raps, they're making fun of people, they're doing music. The state says they're known for murder. They mentioned about 7 murders over 8 years. That is too many murders. Do not get me wrong. But I would argue that's not their primary activity.
Objection, Your Honor. May we approach? Yes.
All right, that's a second objection. Not for this attorney's closing, but that's the second objection between all of them that we've seen so far. I think we got one under Gonzalez and then another one under this guy. And you saw how shocked he was to get it. So they're all listening. The defense attorneys are listening in with their clients. You guys can see them kind of leaning in and listening to why there was an objection. Interesting. Do I have TiVo time? Okay, he's coming back.
Majority of those murders, of all the murders over all these years, are unsolved. Cannot be, I would argue, remotely attributed to a gang or to a gang war, specifically to ATK. What crimes are committed for the benefit of the group? I would argue the detectives have not been able to show us any crimes for the benefit of the group. We talked about it in general. They say they do a crime, they then do a drill rap about it, and they make money off it. I would argue that is not for the benefit of the group. And again, if these were songs were proof of criminal conduct, J.Breezy would at least be investigated. Again, they don't have structure, they don't have hierarchy. Now let's talk about the documentation of Isaiah Chance. The first one is the number 23 chain. And it's a very common number. Detective Nieder gets to decide that it means gang and only gang. It only means Royale Smith. It cannot mean anything else. It cannot mean LeBron James. It cannot mean Michael Jordan. Has to mean gang. We know ATK members wear chains. You've seen an ATK member wear a chain on that screen at least once. Detective Nieder, Isaiah Chance has never worn an ATK chain. Then other criteria were from his social media, multiple pictures, some used for multiple criteria, but there were a lot of pictures. But let's look at some of those pictures. Again, multiple detectives said, and witnesses, Isaiah Chance is a rapper. He's not a diss rapper. You make your decision yourself. To me, this looks like a photo shoot. And I think there's a couple things I'd like you to look at here. One is, what song does they have here? Kenny Caps. Robert Howard, allegedly from the Ops, playing his song. And what's in the background? This gentleman, Isaiah Chance, allegedly ATK 1200. Gentleman, right above my finger. Again, look at it yourself. This is 126C. Given the alleged 1200 side down, which would mean disrespect to 1200. If that's where we're to believe that is in fact only the 1200 sign, despite the fact that Robert Howard says that sign is used by all people all over Jacksonville, not all people, but a lot of people all over Jacksonville for a lot of different reasons. And there are multiple pictures, so I'm only going to highlight two. And the only reason I highlight this one is Detective Nieder says he can tell that's Isaiah Chance. I don't know if that's Isaiah Chance or not, and I would argue that no one can tell you that that's Isaiah Chance, besides if that is Isaiah Chance himself.
Fitness planner Gym Workout AI.
For his many reasons. He also said he can print out an Instagram post like that, and it's considered physical evidence in his mind. I would argue that is not accurate, and that is not what the law intends. But this has to be your decision. Now, when Dr. Leek was testifying, the state made a big deal to say that she didn't check if he had gang tattoos. One of, and you're going to get this law back there, the ways to meet gang criteria is to have a gang tattoo. And you also saw when Davion Murphy was arrested, they checked and see if he had gang tattoos. You heard from Detective Nieder, who documented Isaiah Chance, did not document as a gang tattoo. And you heard from the person who arrested him, Detective Ramos, nothing about a gang tattoo. He doesn't have a gang tattoo. The hand signs mean different things to different people, and I argue to suggest they mean only one thing. We heard it from Robert Howard. We see it in that picture. There's a post that you're going to get back there that Charles Jones does where he does the thumbs down emoji, allegedly against his own gang or associate gang or whatever they want to call it. Again, there's no evidence that Isaiah Chance did anything to benefit himself through the gang. There's no evidence. They call him they say he's Mr. Rich Off War because he gets paid for this somehow. They haven't proved any of that. They simply haven't. Let's get back to the case itself. The forensic record. They have nothing they can use forensically, ballistically, against Isaiah Chance. No fingerprints, no DNA, no ballistics, no murder weapon recovered connected to him, no clothes matching the shooter's, no mask. In the Vivid video, this is what Officer De Jesus said, that he can look at these pictures and not only can he tell you that that's a gun, but he can tell you, I believe he said, the kind of gun and that it has an extended mag. Now, I'm not here to tell you that's not a gun. That's your decision. I'm telling you that Officer De Jesus is reaching when he says he can say that. And I think it's not unreasonable to suggest that his testimony was reaching, because as Mr. Wise stated, he was a different witness on direct as he was cross. On direct, he answered every question. He was an expert. On cross, he wanted to fight with Mr. Wise, and all of a sudden couldn't agree. I don't know if he would agree the sky was blue. He also agreed on the theory that two of the bullets from the 9mm flew out of the 9mm and into the brass catcher. He said this was possible. This is after he stated that he couldn't think of one reason that anyone would use a brass catcher. He said two bullets flew into the brass catcher. That was possible from two people moving, despite the fact that for that to have happened, that the person who then unloaded the brass catcher would have to unload all the shells and put the two 9mm back, because that's how it was found. Doesn't make any sense. Then we talk about the DNA. There was some DNA, and the state will tell you Mr. Chance could not be excluded, but truly he could not be included. We heard they use big numbers when they can, 700 billion, but they couldn't even give us a number, anything on Mr. Chance. They could not produce a meaningful result. It was I submit it's FDLE's way in saying we cannot include him. And the state doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. They don't get to say, well, we couldn't exclude him.
Oh my God, Gonzalez is sleeping. Look at him in the right-hand corner. Gonzalez is sleeping.
Either. They have to prove that he touched that gun. They cannot do that. Let's look at what the state chose not to investigate. Again, we know Mr. Chance is at some point in the cruise with Miss Andrews. We don't know who's driving. And we know that the LPR readers and other things are going off in the area of 15th and Hillsborough. We have no video from that area. They didn't try to get video. They didn't investigate that area. They went to the places they wanted to investigate. They didn't investigate the cruise's infotainment system, which would have shown GPS data, browsing history when they had the car. Ramos did not do that. It showed us a lot of what the cruise was doing that night. We don't have that. They didn't get Robert Howard's phone. Could have backed up or undercut his testimony. It's in federal custody. They gave an explanation for that, but Detective Ramos simply, I would argue, didn't follow up on that because he got the answer he wanted. The search of Mr. Chance's house produced nothing connected to this murder. The gun was excluded from being involved in this murder, and as Detective Ramos said, he even said, I don't know if that's a gun necessarily, but if it does, it looks similar to the one found. He was at least honest about that in Mr. Chance's house, the one that was excluded. I'd actually look at those pictures too. For Mr. Chance's house, there are bags in those pictures that I would submit look very similar to the bags that he was loading into the car at Mr. Gathwright's house. Bags that have clothes in them in Mr. Chance's house. Mr. Chance's interview. Mr. Chance sat down for, I don't remember exact time, around 2 hours with Detective Ramos. He told him he went to Tampa. He didn't lie about that. He told him he went with Sean Gathwright. He told him he went with Alicia Andrews. He told me he went to McDonald's. He said he went to a colorful club. Detective Ramos says he's lying because he can't provide an alibi and he doesn't know the name of this club. Again, he is not from Tampa. There is indication that he went to clubs all around 15th and Hillsborough. In fact, he doesn't know a name for a club, which he even said to
Gonzalez is gone again.
Detective Ramos, I wasn't there. I didn't go in. Talked to a bouncer and left. I would argue is not evidence of lying. And again, someone who participated in this murder, someone who went to Tampa for this purpose, doesn't sit down for 2 hours with a detective and tell him about it. The state told you they're going to provide a complete picture of Isaiah Chance's involvement in this case, and I would submit what they've presented is speculation, social media, and gang allegations. They talked about the Spaces chat, they talked about social media. They want you to speculate on the meaning of all of those. They talked about the surveillance theory. They can't even put him driving the car or using the phone in that theory. It's a forensic record with zero. It's made of, this case is made of alternative explanations the state simply cannot rule out. Inferences stacked on top of each other, speculations. Isaiah Chance was in Tampa, and Charles Jones is dead, and that is a tragedy. But they still have not proved he knew about the plan, he agreed to the plan, he took an act in furtherance of that plan. Cannot build a conviction based on stacked inferences. The reasonable doubt standard exists primarily for a case, I would argue, like this, where the pressure is high to convict, and the crime is terrible, and the evidence against a specific defendant is built on inference and speculation. The standard does not bend because the crime is serious. It holds for that very reason. The state has not proven Isaiah Chance guilty of first-degree murder or conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. They have not proven the gang enhancement. What they have proven that he was in Tampa, and that is not enough. They want you to fill in the gaps from their case. What I told you they were going to ask you to do in opening, and I ask that you not do that here in closing. You hold them to their burden. And I believe the only verdict consistent with this evidence and consistent with the law is not guilty.
All right. Okay.
God damn. Woo. All right, let's stop the clock. That was only 27 minutes. Can you guys believe it?
Driver! Open the car door! Let me see your hands! Step on out! Step on out! Look away! Back up to the sound of my voice! Yep. Stop right there. Lift your shirt up. Turn. Do a 360.
What?
Just listen to us. We'll talk about it. Keep going. Keep going. Turn. Turn. Now walk back to the sound of my voice. Come on. Keep coming. 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 Walk back to me. Can't find your back.
On the Anytime Fitness, it was at 4:13 is when that thing was.
Isaiah Chance, this is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We are here for a driveway. We have a warrant for your arrest. Come to the front door with nothing in your hands. We are not going away.
We're headed your way to a...
Hands
Come
up!
on out with your hands up.
You're good. Come on out. Hands up.
Come
Put
on
your
out
hands
with your
up.
hands up. Bring them to the officer.
Can't tell.
The target? Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. Yep. Put your hands up!
Listen, put your
hands in the air. Hands up.
Hands in the air. Hands in the air.
All right. Slowly walk toward me. Let's go. Walk right here. Let's go. Yeah.
Walk this way, listen to the instructions.
Yep. Hey, keep your hands up and walk out towards me. Hey, over here. Come this way. Over here. You're going to get hit with the less lethal. Get your hands up and walk towards me. Hands up and walk towards me. Hands up and walk towards me. Keep coming. Keep coming. Coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Stop. Stop. Turn around. Keep your hands up. Turn around. Hands up. Keep your hands up. Hands up. Don't reach for your waist. Do not reach for your waist. Look at me. Back up to me. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. All right, go to your knees. Put your hands behind your back. Stay there. Stay there. Don't move. Isaiah? Isaiah? Stand up. Isaiah chance, right?
Both suspects in custody. Is Andrew there or no?
Keep walking. Keep walking. Now turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Is there anybody else inside?
Keep going straight. What are we doing?
I guess niggas was plying on me. That's why you gotta watch what you do, even your own friends. But I'm thinking like, I ain't tripping because I don't gotta worry about no ops. I'm already on edge for me. I'm not really thinking about my own friends. Like, you gotta watch your own peoples when you post certain shit, bro.
Code red. Code red.